All right, well, peace, peace, peace. First and foremost, man, hopefully the Most High in your house shall blessing y'all day. By His mercies you want to consume. We're alive in the Most High in your house shall body, too, and naturally alive. And I want to get into this, man, because we kind of talked about this the other day with the like father, like son things. Usually when we talk about this, when we discuss this matter or this topic, we kind of go into the Most High in your house shall for the most part. And which are really, no, we talked about David and Solomon last time, but really, but it all really sends back to the Most High House because they come and evaluate the book, gospel, so all that. But honestly, you want to go back to the beginning, man, because this thing about this just popped in my mind about let's go Second Corinthians, man, because it just goes into how because honestly, here's the thing, right? I was talking about this because I'm in a group online, man. It's a group based off on the Wires TV show. It's kind of like group where people that like the show, the legacy of it, thereof, all the characters, the story, different seasons, whatever secular resources, information about it is, the way we talk about it. But we was talking about that just because certain characters on the show, it's like they have either the son and the father or the nephew, uncle and the nephew. How sometimes you could be, and that's the thing too, man. It's naturally on natural trip, and honestly, just because somebody's just because somebody's the blood of somebody or the kin of somebody doesn't mean they're like them, man. Honestly, because you know what, that leads me to this. Honestly, you know what? I'm gonna save that for another day. Because I was gonna go to Enoch and we gonna go. I was gonna go to Enoch and Cain, but I'm gonna say I don't want to put that there. But that could be another video for a separate time. But that's the case, man. Because what too is that dichotomy of even one in the word, even throughout history, and also too even naturally, man, because I've seen this working with you for 10 years, right? Because sometimes you have certain children it's that it's that as the mother sold the daughter, how as the father sold the son. You see why they act the way that they act, because the parents are like that. And sometimes you have you have what you call them, just sometimes wicked children. They just this is what it is. It's like they come from good parents, they come from a good background and things of that nature, or they even or good morals and good principles. Shoot, we see certain righteous men or certain righteous people, they just have wicked and evil children. That happens. But also too, sometimes you have some in the case Jonathan and Saul. Certain times you got a righteous child, but the fathers and the parents is wicked. It's the same type of thing, man. It's that type of deal. It's a very balanced and nuanced dichotomy that you have there. So it's kind of sometimes this is what it is. Sometimes the child is wicked, but the parents are righteous, or sometimes the child is righteous and the parents are what you call them are wicked. It's that. And sometimes it's the case of both. As a father, so the son. As the mother, so the daughter. Like Ezekiel says, is that dichotomy there? And also too, even for the aspect of that, because I think sometimes I notice this when a child is is kind of righteous and good, even outside the word, even the word aside, even on the natural tip, even if the child is kind of is really has good, really upstanding, and the parent is not, it's more unlikely that's the way they are, or even the child knows how the parent is, and they kind of don't want to become that. They kind of be the opposite of that. But that's where that's where everybody different comes in. Because certain times people just become the same exact version of their parents or loved ones or people that took care of them, or mentors. They come just like them. And sometimes they become delusional that they're nothing like them. Because honestly, y'all that watch comic books, Robin, we became just like Batman, and even though he was angry at Batman for a lot of things, he became later on as he got older, he became just like him. Depending on what version of it is, if y'all watch comic books, well, that's the only example I came up with. But certain times it's a weird, it's a different dichotomy. That's another conversation. But I want to get into this though with 2 Corinthians real quick, man, because here's the thing too, because because Jacob and Esau, man, because Isaac, we're gonna grab this too. You know what? Let's just go. We're gonna go back to this. We're gonna revisit this. What you doing, Cat? Second Corinthians chapter 10 verse 4. It says, "For our weapons of warfare are not carnal, but but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of the stronghold." So yeah, exactly. So let's go to Genesis 21 real quick, man, because honestly, this is where somewhere Esau got his hunting skills from, just naturally. But notice how that resonated more with him, like killing, I mean the fact of hunting, taking life, and there's nothing wrong with hunting and things of that nature. But because listen, that's what listen, the Most High Yahweh out there, they're men of war. That comes with life, war and stuff like that. Time for peace, time for war, all that stuff. That just comes with life. There's nothing wrong with that. But notice how that in Esau's spirit psyche, that's the only thing that really stayed with him, man. Because Isaac was a hunter, man. Isaac was an archer, man. But notice how but with the son of promise stuff, it was the faithfulness of the Most High Yahweh that stayed with him. But yeah, let's grab Genesis chapter 21 and verse and 20. It says, "And Yahweh was with the lad," it's talking about Isaac, and he grew, and he dwelt in the wilderness, and became an archer. So yeah, exactly, man. So yeah, that's is what it is, man. So so but notice how yeah. So notice how Jacob was. Isaac was he was an archer, man. He was very skilled in that, man. He was probably more than likely skilled in that. He became an archer, man. I would think so, because he dwelt in the wilderness and things of that nature. He became skilled in that. But it says Genesis. Let's go to Genesis 25. It says, "And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter and man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, perfect man, dwelled within tents." So yeah, dwelled in tents, man, dwelleth in booths, man, pretty much doing with the tabernacle or the Most High Yahweh, man, that inward man, honestly, that's just what it is. And also to a natural tip, it's kind of going to how, listen, Jake, we just like to kick back and chill, man. That's on a natural type of tip, but spiritually, that's what that is going into, man. Dwelleth in his, no wickedness was in his tabernacle, in his inward man. But notice how, but what's the difference between Isaac and Esau, man? Because Esau was a cunning hunter, man. So that being the cunningness, that deceiver, the deception, even to this day, even until his line, that's always that was in him, man. That's is what it is. Even what I say, listen, even if whoever you think Esau is, if you think he's a dark skinned man, or or the Arab man, or even so-called Caucasian, which I do, but don't be like this, man, because yeah, that's the point. We kind of miss a point when we talk about Jacob and Esau. We kind of focus on the natural part, or the outward appearance, or the nationality part. Honestly, don't be like this, man. Oh, again, because he was profane. He was pretty much, he was he was worldly. He was earthly. He was godless. So yeah, man. But notice how that stuck out, because more than likely he learned this stuff from Isaac, man, how to hunt, man. But notice how I said he was a cunning hunter, man. And that that's why even Yahushua called Herod a fox, man. I mean, it was a fox. It's very y'all pretty much, y'all grew up, y'all used to watch, if y'all used to watch Dora the Explorer, what did they used to have for the thief, one of the villains, or the thief, Swiper, no swiping. He was cunning, he was deceiving, he was he was that, man. And that's what Esau is. That's why he called, how shall I call it, Herod a fox. Man, don't get twisted, just because it's not only that's just the inward man thing. That's just the hearts of man thing. It don't matter what nation you come from, what nationality you are, what your nation is. That's just who you are. Because don't get it twisted. Because Lamentation says, foxes compasses Jerusalem. Man, that's not only talking about the other nations. That's talking about within. The house, not amongst your people, but amongst even in the house of believers. So. That's what it is. But notice how that really honestly stuck out with Esau, man. Honestly, it says, and even to this day, man, that's why they live by the sword, man. That's just is what it is, man. Even to Esau to this day, we see all their military, the weapons of warfare, the tanks, yeah, and also all throughout the history, the Romans, Greek, all throughout the history, even to this day, they live through that, man. Honestly, but you know what, but this sword is not the sword of the word, man. Honestly, but But it says, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and and Jacob was a plain man, meaning perfect man, dwelling within tents. Yeah, exactly, man. So that's is what it is, what it is too, man. But notice how notice how Jacob, man, like he mastered. Let's go Psalms chapter 144. Ironically enough, I think this is a genius, like the other Most High House. This Psalms 144 is in the 144th chapter, man, and that 144 is the elect. And it's all going to war, man, but warring with the inner man, because notice how this is really what stuck with Jacob, man. Psalm chapter 1 verse 144 verse 1, it says, "Blessed be the Lord my strength, which teaches my hands to war and my fingers to fight." Now on the natural tip, yeah, is it talking about like actual war, things in nature being trained up, like Abraham had his house trained up. Then later on, throughout our history, we had armies like trained up in war, man. Like that's what Judges says in 3 says, listen, these were a generation that weren't trained up in war, natural war. But notice Jacob, well, he was more focused on the war and the skills that Isaac more than likely passed on to him, but really was the Most High House gave the son the promise, gave to him was how to fight inwardly, man. That's why he in Genesis 32 he became Israel, man, and pretty much wrestling with that inner man, pretty much, man. That becoming a new man. That's what all the whole Jacob and Esau thing was about from the beginning, man. It's all about overcoming the world, being sons of the Most High House, sons of God, overcoming the world, overcoming Esau, Edom, the world. That's what it was. That's why Jacob grabbing his heel mentioned the sons and daughters of God overcoming the world, man. That's just is what it is. And let's get 2 Ezra 6 and verse 9. It says, "If for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning that followeth." Exactly, man. So, and also too, like Lamentations says, there's no more captivity after. Let's grab that real quick. Lamentations, real quick, because it's just natural captivity, but of course, as the son of perdition, the beast is going to come out the line and eat them. So that captivity is also after this is no more no sin and death after this, man. So. Let's go Lamentations real quick. Let's get busy. It's a little inside joke. Let's get busy. Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 21. So that's why even says this, man. Let even on a natural tip, let's leave Esau alone. I mean, sometimes do we do we address Esau sometimes Edom, talking about the actual people, things of that nature, the leaders, and this is we addressing things of that nature, but man, it's just even the word says, listen, let them enjoy their time to rule. This is just on a natural tip, honestly. Just let them even whatever time period, let them enjoy that. It is what it is. Lamentations chapter 4 verse 21, it says, "Rejoice, be glad, O daughter of Edom, dwellest in the land of Uz, and then the cup shall cup pass through thee, that thou shalt be drunken, and make thyself naked." Exactly, man. So that's is what it is. They're drunken like the Isaiah 29 drunk, man. Off of their beliefs, off of their philosophies, their doctrines, their adherences, but and they shall be naked. It means they'll be shamed once the Most High House comes back. But anyway, it says, "And the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more. He will no more carry thee into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins." So see, and also too, because after this, because we know Revelation 13, Jeremiah 30, they're going into captivity. Not only them, other nations as well. We know that, but also too, it's the fact that what was I going to say? There's no more after this, no more captivity, sin, and death. So after, really, that's what it is, overcoming the world. That's what Jacob and Esau was about, like we was saying. But because after the son of perdition, man, it's the beast gets killed, man. Satan is no more sin and death, man. So that's just it is what it is with that, man. And also too, man, what was I going to say? I was going to say something too. Oh my gosh, yeah, I forgot. I forgot. Oh yeah, man. And also too, man. It's about at the end of the day, when no matter what nation you come from, nationality, man. It's about being born in that word too. That's what it is too, man. But pretty much, man. Let's go to Hebrews real quick, man. Hebrews, yeah. Then we go to James real quick. Hebrews 12, chapter 16, man. Because but notice, like, in the that's what really Jacob became Israel, pretty much killing off the old man and becoming the new man, and that goes into Revelation 3 and 12 that he, like, he'll give you a new name. It was a precursor because he tells the end from the beginning how the Most High Yahshua gave Jacob a new name, being the son and prince of the power, pretty much the sons of the Most High Yahshua, sons of God. It was told kind of then, man. So that's is what it is, man. But yeah, man, let's get Hebrews 12 and 16 again. Then we're going to close out with James. It says, "Least there be any fornicator or profane." And what does profane mean? Earthly, worldly, like godless, as Esau. So yeah, that's what it is. Who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. So yeah, Esau, like, he knew what he was rejecting, man. So like the brother assembly first one said, shout to him, like, he knew that, man. He was there, Abraham, Isaac. He knew what he was rejecting. He rejected the Most High Yahshua, man. Before anything, Jacob wasn't no thief, and Esau wasn't no sympathetic figure. No, man. He knew what he was rejecting, man, because he hated the Most High Yahshua, man. He rejected them, like, man. That's just is what it is. What it is, man. Like, had it not been Jacob, man, like, had it not been, it'll probably been his heart would eventually got pulled out some other way, man. So it don't matter how it is, man. What it is with that. And Paul too, he has no excuse, because if you read Matthew 4, man, like, what Yahushua went through after this 4 days, it was worse. Esau was just in the field hunting all day, man. Like, that's just is what it is, man. Like, so Esau had no excuse. Yahushua, he still, like, that Romans 8, what happened to Yahushua, that Job 23, he desired, like, the word of the Most High, the Most High of his father more than necessary food, man. So that's is what it is. And also to that cunning hunter as well, like, that's how the beast is going to be hunted, man. Very cunning, very, like, subtle, just like the serpent, man. So pretty much, man, still from the beginning, sons and daughters of the Most High Yahushua, like, the Most High Yahushua seed versus the serpent seed, man. That's what this all is about. But yeah, man. So it says, "Least there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, for one morsel of meat sold his birthright." So yeah, let's end it off with James chapter 4, man, because that's what the war that Jacob, clave to. It says, James chapter verse 3, verse 4 and verse 1, whom once come wars and fightings amongst you, come they not hence, even your lust, even war in your members. Yeah, fighting off the inwardly, to kill off the old man. That was a war in the spiritual warfare. That was a weaponry that Jacob held fast to from Isaac, man. Rather than Esau, he just focused on, like, what stuck with him was this natural, like, hunting, but the hunting that, like, but sword that that stuck with Jacob from Isaac was a word, but the natural sword was what's going to stuck with Esau, man. But hopefully this is edifying, man. Much love to y'all brothers and sisters. So peace.